All right, so this video is going to look at a little bit about how to sort some things in Excel, and then summing and doing averages and some simple calculations that we're going to be needing. So let's say that you wanted to sort your data. And let's say you've got numbers and you kind of want to see, like, sort them by these numbers here. And oftentimes what you want to do is keep the row together. So let's say that this is we've got 4 different sites here that were repeatedly sampled in different seasons. Okay, and the seasons, let's say 1 is summer and 2 is winter. Doesn't really matter. But and then the number is the number of organisms we saw, or the number of, let's say the number of species we saw. Okay, so if you wanted to then sort this, but remember, we want to keep this 22 in reference to the site 1 and season 1. What you do is you first highlight your data. Then you go to data up here. You click sort. And what you've got here is you're sorting by the column. And let's just say you what's important to remember first off is that if your data do have headers, so this site season number, you click this little, make sure this is clicked. Okay, if you unclick, it's gonna just basically put this in the middle of your data somewhere. It'll be all wonky and won't work right. So you want to click that since we have headers here. Now let's say we sort it by number from smallest to largest. Okay, now what that does then is see how these are in sequential going from small up to big, and it's got all of these things kind of just stayed together. Okay, remember that 22 was with site 1 and season 1, so we've got that there. And that might be useful for you at some times, but you might want to instead group the sites together and the seasons together. So the way you do that then is you sort, and let's say we want to sort by site and then by season. So what we do is hit this add a level thing, so we have site here, then by season. And what's going to happen then is, look, it grouped all of the site 1s together, all of the site 2s together. And then it grouped all the site 1s, those ones that were season 1, and all the site 1s that were season 2, and kept these all in reference with each other. Another function that we might want to do is adding up. So let's say we want to just add up all of these numbers. Now, certain Excels, depending on what version you have, you can just kind of click and highlight all of that, and actually down here you have the average, the count, and the sum. But you might want to keep those, figure out how to use that more often than just in temporary kind of things. So what you do is you click down here in a new cell and write equals SUM. Now you can find all of these formulas by, I should really just, you can click this insert function button, and these are ones that I've just used in the past. But if you're searching for a specific function, you could just hit sum and it'll come up there. Let's search for like a logarithm or something. There we go. So we've got log, log 10, natural log, all sorts of things like that. As you get more familiar with Excel, you'll just start remembering some of these functions. I usually just type them in at this point, but remember, you can always use this insert function thing. So that I don't think sum is actually that hard to remember, so let's just type that in. So equals sum, and then you hit parenthesis, and then you click and drag all of these things. You can hit close parentheses, you don't really have to, but and then we get 1061. But you might want to label that, so let's just say this is the sum, and then let's do average. Okay, so you hit equals average of this, and then we get the average number to be 50.5. Okay. One other type of thing that we'll be using quite often is cumulative sums. So cumulative sum. Okay. So, and what this is we will kind of want to add up everything as you're going. So you start off with 22, right? And then you might want 22 plus 78. So what you can do here is oftentimes it's best to just, in this, sorry, I should have continued here. In the next cell you want 22 plus 78 plus 7 to be there. The way you can do that is just hit equals and then hit the over arrow, or let's just click there, and then you hit plus whatever was above it, okay? And you get 77 plus 22 equals 100. Now if you click and drag this down, what we get is the cumulative sum, 100 plus 7, 107 plus 23, and so forth. And you get the cumulative sum all the way down. Yeah, that's it for this video.